Welcome to the Referrals Podcast, the show designed to help everyone from the solopreneur to the Fortune 500 company win the referral game. And now, here is your host, Michael J. Maher.
Welcome, everyone, to, yes, you got it, another amazing episode of Referrals Podcast. You knew it was coming. You're saying it before I even said it. You literally were repeating amazing before I even said it. I love it. You guys love it. And yes, it is another amazing episode of Referrals Podcast. Is there an easy road to six figures? Some people just want to take the hard road. Some people want to take the high road, and I admire them for it. But why doesn't everybody take the easy road to six figures? And is there an easy road to six figures? We're going to find that out today from a guest that I'm going to introduce you to, but damn, this guy doesn't need an introduction to the Gen world. He has been electrifying and energizing this community, this tribe for years, including teaching 30 mornings. And could you imagine waking up with this guy? It's like waking up with a bonfire outside your master bedroom door. I mean, like freaking go, right? I'm already fired up and we haven't even freaking started yet, just from the pre-show. I'm spitting. I literally just spit on the screen. You can't see it unless you're watching the YouTube episode. But I'm telling you, today is going to be awesome. And speaking of great days, we have Referral Mastery Summit coming up. I just checked flights from your area to Atlanta. There is a direct flight, and it's extremely inexpensive. Every listener, I just want you to know, I checked your area, where Appleton, Wisconsin, direct flight to Atlanta, very cheap. Delta, Southwest, Frontier, you're good. American, United, you're good. There's a direct flight to Atlanta, and it's extremely inexpensive. And we are going to change your life at Referral Mastery Summit, 27th through the 29th. You can check it out. Speaking of Referral Mastery Summit, today's shout out is from Stephanie Havel. She said, only attend this event if you want to change your life and your business. It's that impactful. Literally 2 sentences, and she says it all. Speaking of people who can use 2 sentences to say more than 2 sentences, today's guest is a powerhouse in the real estate world, known for his dynamic approach to building a successful business. Joining us from Fort Walton Beach, Florida, Paul Domenech is not just a top-performing, high-producing realtor, but also a much sought-after speaker. At our upcoming Referral Mastery Summit, Pauly will be sharing his expertise in a breakout session titled The Easy Road to Six Figures. He's here today to give us a taste of what's to come and to share some of the insights into how you can elevate your real estate game. Welcome back to Referrals Podcast, Paul Domenech.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Michael. I'm super excited. I'm also very excited about the event that we have coming up. The people, that's what I really love about the whole event. Like just people coming together, people that we haven't seen so long, and the beautiful business that can be created there also via referrals. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. If you buy a ticket and come to this event, you will get your money back and then some from the referrals that will just come from being in this room, especially in a time like now where we're wondering, like, what room are we in? Well, this is the room you need to be in. This is the bigger room you need to be in because we're going to bring it.
Yeah, I love it. And what I love about it is that, you know, these are people who do 20 to 48 transactions on their own. We have teams that do 48 to 150. We have teams that are doing 200 to 1,000. And we have brokers and we have lenders. And what I love about it is they're all building their business off referrals. So what do they have a lot of? They have a lot of outgoing referrals. This event, out of all the events that you should go to, is the one because it's most likely to pay off with an incoming real estate referral or incoming lending referral within the next year. It just really is. Who are they going to refer to? The person that they met, shook hands with, high-fived. I even know of groups that have formed within Gen where if they see an opportunity for a friend of theirs, they will support them, and they will also tell that person about that opportunity on Facebook or wherever they see it, and they rally to this person's cause. And I just absolutely love that. And I think the biggest thing that I love about this event is the people. And, it's interesting is, nobody talks about the 52-week plans that we give them. Nobody talks about the fourth quarter, week by week plan that we give them for the database. And we don't just give one, we give two. They don't talk about the bonuses. They talk about networking with people who are like them, like-minded, and have the possibility of giving them referrals, probably more than anybody in the country, because they run referral-based businesses. So I absolutely love that. We had the event committee, and we asked them, like, what are you most excited about? Almost to a T. It was the networking and the people. And I think the biggest feedback that we've gotten is there's no ego in the room.
Absolutely.
There's no ego at our event. And it's just, everybody is there to care and share and help each other out. And the hallway conversations, in a lot of cases, might be better than the general session that I do. And that's the truth, because it's so personal and so customized to you. So, all right. So I love that. You have created a session. Pauly sessions are always some of the most popular at RMS. And so you've created a session titled The Easy Road to Six Figures for your breakout session. Where does that title come from?
Well, it comes from the fact that I've been in this business for about 8 years. I've reached that 100 mark while maintaining a good balanced life, right? But life is never perfectly balanced. There's going to be an imbalance, but you just have to know where you're at, right? Get in the right routine. And I think that a lot of people are putting so much into the business part of it instead of the other buckets that they have in their life that can lead to getting more business, right? And so it's like finding this balance. And I've been through it all. And there is a point where people do need to have resilience, but at the same time, God isn't going to put, or the universe, let's just say, is not going to put on things onto people that they themselves cannot handle. So they put it on to people like me, because I love handling it, and then I figure it out, and then I love sharing, because my mission is to say what is said often in a way that inspires people to take action. So I've created a system that's worked for me, because too often people quit when they're only 3 feet away from the goal.
Yeah.
How many people do that? And so there is a very easy method. And I'm looking forward to teaching this, not preaching this, teaching what I have learned and what has helped me change many people's lives while having fun doing it. And at the end of the day, the compound effect just leads to six figures. The goal isn't actually the six figures itself. The six figures is the byproduct of the actions that you do while you're changing people's lives and having fun doing it.
Boom. That's it right there. It's who you become. It's not what you earn. It's who you become by achieving that goal, right? I love that. And now, without giving away too much, right? We don't want to give away your whole breakout here, but what kind of transformation will attendees expect to have by attending your session, the Easy Road to Six Figures?
Yeah. So there's going to be 8 things that we're going to focus on, right? And this is going to be, what is the small stuff to sweat? Remember, because success and failure are not one big catastrophic, monumental situation or circumstance. It's the little things that you do or the little things that you don't do. Because let's be real, it's a simple thing to wake up in the morning and do a routine. Is it easy? No, it's not easy, but it's a simple thing. But as simple as it is to do, it is also simple not to do. Right? And so at the end of the day, what are the small stuffs that we need to sweat so that we're just not overwhelmed with thinking that it has to be one big decision at a time? And it's not. Then we're also going to go over what to truly be intentional about, right? So when we're making these small steps, where do we want to intentionally focus our energy? Like, how do we know our next move? what is our next move? Through routine.
Yeah.
Then how do we remain consistent? How do we keep doing it? How do we keep going so that we don't get distracted and try to be creative before we're consistent?
Right.
Because creativity is great, but that will knock you down. That will slow you up. But what happens when you become consistent is consistency will breed authentic creativeness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. And consistency will lead to creativity. And you've got to, it's like you earn the right for creativity by being consistent.
That's it.
Right?
My isms, right? You don't have the right to be creative until you are consistent.
That's right.
What do we need to be persistent about? What do we need to embrace that resilience about? Because everything, we don't have to embrace everything hard, right? Often we talk about sacrificing for this, right? And the definition of sacrifice is delayed gratification, but changing those words and using investment. Because the same definition, delayed gratification, investment. So when you're talking to people and you're making the investment of your time instead of, I'm sacrificing my time, you're going to get a better response when you're talking to people about your efforts being an investment rather than a sacrifice. So using those words and when to do it and what do we really need to be investing in and what do we need to not be investing in, right? Then number 5 is going to be, how do we lean into our why power and not using our will? Because when it all comes down to it, if your why is big enough, all obstacles will cease to exist. If your why is big enough, all obstacles will cease to exist. Discovering that why, how do we keep it in front of us and tie it into our day to day?
I have to jump in like at a halftime right there, because those 4, that alone makes the session attendable and a must see. And you go to the why. I love that, because one of the things that it's like, all right, I will pay you $1 million to swim across the shark infested to the other side. And it's like, no way, I'm not doing it. But if your kid fell in on the other side of the pool, those sharks don't have a chance, baby. Like no chance. Like the why is bigger. And all of a sudden it changed. And guess what? I love that, because, and I love that you're covering that in this as far as like they come to the session to learn how to make 6 figures, but it's like tapping into that why is going to make a world of difference, because it, like you said, all the obstacles fade away. Like you're not even thinking about the sharks. You're thinking about the kid, and all of a sudden you swim across, you save the kid. And like, they're all like, well, did you know there were sharks in there? It's like, no, not really. Right. The sharks just faded away because it wasn't the primary focus. And it's just one of those where I love that you said that, because it's such an important part of progress and making it to the next. Your why power is more important than your willpower. Love it.
Why power is more important than willpower, because let's be real. Like, okay, being tough, it's kind of cool. Like being tough will get you this kind of face, right? I earned this face. But like, you know what I mean? Like, but that is not what got me to where I'm at today.
Are you saying be tough, but don't lead with your face?
I signed up a long time ago. I was like, you know what? Enough of this.
You're saying be tough, but don't lead with your face, right? Don't lead, right?
Don't even offer to break me. Being tough it's important to right like times, but being tough is not how you're going to reach your goals. You gotta have that why, right? And then this is a big one. I'm really excited. Like you said, just that alone, right? But it gets wait, Michael, it gets better.
But wait, there's more. There's more here.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you, right? So techniques on how not to do things twice. How do we do things? We do things twice all the time, and it's exhausting. And I found this out myself just through my daily regimen. When you think of something that is on your plate that you procrastinated about, you're living it over and over and over until you get it done. And that is what's creating the exhaustion in people. Well, why are you waking up? You don't want to wake up because the first thing you wake up to is an alarm and you're running out the door and your life is straight. And that's why you don't want to wake up. But when you find out why you want to wake up and what you're waking up for, then it's really easy to do. And you're set up for success. And so talking about how not to lift things twice, how to focus, do it fast, and finish it.
Okay. Love it.
So go over that, how to use that technique. And then discuss how to use and leverage setbacks. Because here's a fact. A setback is nothing more than a set for your success.
Mm-hmm.
Treat it like you're just a rubber band. And as those things come at you, you are still doing what you've got to do. And it might seem like you're just getting buried, but here's a fact. We are not buried if we are trying to continue to nourish our business or what we are doing. We are simply planted. And of course, it's going to be some struggle because we have to get through the ground. But when we break ground, it's over. All of this collectively comes together. It's a showstopper. And so that's why we say the 6 figures is really easy when you put all this together. And last but not least, we're going to talk about exposure. Because here's a fact. You cannot be a secret agent. If they don't know you exist, you are not an option. If they don't know you exist, you are not an option. And so, if you've got this fear of letting people know who you are because you're worried about objections, well, here's the thing. Stop focused on being known and focus on being worth knowing. Because once you are worth knowing, you'll let everybody know who you are because you are the option. And the only reason why they're not using you is because they don't know that you exist. When you get all of this in line, you're going to make 6 figures super easy. I've got the roadmap for it. Here's the thing. I can give you the roadmap, but in this breakout, we're going to find out where you're at on that roadmap so that that map is useful.
Wow, you are here. You are here. I see the little.
I'm excited.
Listen, you're going to find out where everybody is and you're going to take them down that road. I absolutely love that. Those 8 topics. And the thing that maybe some people who haven't attended RMS don't know is our breakouts are 30 minutes of content, 15 minutes of Q&A with an expert, and then 15-minute break to get a drink, to get some liquid, get rid of some liquids. And then make it to your next breakout. So it's breakout, lunch, breakout, and then the closing session after that. And so it is a very fast-paced day, and it is a day full of energy. And notice that 15 minutes of Q&A is just a great time for you to get your questions asked. That 15-minute break is a great time for you to kind of recharge and kind of let things sink in. And then boom, you're right in another session with another Pauly and you're kicking butt and you're taking notes. And guess what? We have 3 every single breakout session. So you've got a choice of 3 different topics that you can go to. And I'm sure you'll love at least one of them. Many people love all 3, and then they buy the recordings, which is a product that'll be available at the event. So love that. Now, Pauly's going to be there. For those who are on the fence about attending Referral Mastery Summit, what makes this event a must attend, in your opinion? Other than that Pauly and Michael are speaking, like other than that, right? They should come to Mile just for that.
Here's the thing. This is what makes it a must attend. Right now, we are in a culture of conditioning. Listen to me. Right now, we are in a culture of conditioning. Everybody is talking about a specific topic and they don't even know why it's an opportunity, because they're too busy talking about the topic itself and how it is hurting them. But yet it hasn't even happened to them yet. If you don't know, there is a study that happened where they put 4 monkeys in a room with bananas at the top, sprayed on 4 monkeys. Then they took 1 monkey out, put another monkey in. The monkey that had never even, that was new, tried to go up the pole. The other 3 pulled them down. They replaced all the monkeys to the point where there was not 1 monkey had been sprayed with water at any point in time. None of them would go for the banana, and they didn't know why. That is what is going on right now. So you need to be in this room because, listen, we're not monkeys, but we're getting our bananas. You are in the room with people that have not listened to and is going for the gold right now, because right now is an opportunity in the lifetime of an opportunity. And there is no amount of experience that is going to change the situation. We are all at the new starting line together. Older, seasoned, new. The benefit of being a new agent, especially in this situation, is that there's a bunch of seasoned agents that just don't want to learn something new again. So it's new and they don't have the patience and they're going to get out. So now is the time to dominate the market. And they're going to be in a room, people that are doing it, including myself. This is turning out to be one of the best years of my entire career that I've had while doing all of these other things, because people are too afraid to climb that pole and they're surrounding themselves with the people that are trying to pull them down instead of going, let's get this.
Let's get the banana. I mean, and what's funny is those bananas, there's so many of them that there's more than just any one monkey can get. It's plentiful. And you're exactly right, is the rooms that most of these people are sitting in, which we could say a Facebook group is a room. We could say a Zoom is a room. We could say a brokerage team meeting is a room. We could say, and all they're doing is cackling and essentially they're all talking everyone else out of going up the pole and getting the banana. And guess what? Someone has got to be the one to lead the way up the pole. And here's what I would tell some monkey that gets into the 4 and he goes up and gets it. All 4 eat better than they ever have before. And that's what you have at our Referral Mastery Summit, is these are the type of people who are going to go into a room full of monkeys and end up being the one who climbs the pole, gets the bananas, and then shares how they climb the pole. And it's a bunch of group of strong-minded, strong-willed leaders who are willing to, while everybody else is running around like Chicken Little, we're going to be the big bad wolf, and we're going to be the one making hay. And that's what I love, right? We have people having their best years ever.
Yeah, and it's stepping out of the room that you're currently in and entering into a room of big thinkers, right? And so here's the thing. Now is the time. Now is the time to turn the underdog into the wick that they don't see.
Boom.
Fantastic.
And I'll tell you, and sometimes, you know what? You talk about the room and being in the right rooms and being with the right people. Here's what I'll even tell a lot of the people that are maybe on the fence is that even if you're at your brokerage, this is a secret that even the top producers won't tell you. The secret to success in real estate is going to out-of-town conferences.
100%.
That's the secret. What do the top producers do that others don't? And you might think work harder, work longer, or take the business more seriously. Well, I would say none of those, but if they're going to out-of-town conferences, it probably does mean they're taking the business more seriously. But I'm going to tell you, I am a product of conferences. My multi-million-dollar business is a product of out-of-town conferences. When I got into real estate and I got lucky, I was a high school football coach along with coaching basketball and baseball. But the thing I learned as a football coach is they had football clinics, and you would go to these football clinics, conferences, and the football coaches, literally legendary football coaches like Bill Snyder at K-State and Nick Saban at LSU or Alabama. They would tell you and teach you everything you needed to know about defense or offense or any certain leadership. They would just teach you it, and you would take notes and become a better coach. Well, when I got into real estate, the first thing I looked for is, where's the clinic? Where's the conference? My very first company was Coldwell Banker. I wasn't there very long, but I went to the CBI. I went to the national conference that year, my very first year. I had to pull money off a credit card. I had to charge it. And then I went to that conference, and then I went to RE/MAX's national conference. And then I went to these, I became a product of going to conference. It allowed me to get away. It allowed me to think. But here's the thing, your top producer in your office is probably not going to share this with you. And because maybe they don't even realize that they are a product of going out of town. But the other thing is, you see top producers in your area doing these things and you go, that's a really good idea, or that's brilliant, or why didn't I think of that? And you think that person's brilliant. But the fact of the matter is, they got that from a conference. Moving truck, everybody in Kansas City was like, Michael Maher is a genius. He has a moving billboard that is 15 feet long, and he can put it anywhere he wants, and his clients can use it anytime they want. We even had other agents have their clients use my moving truck. Think about that for a little bit. But I didn't come up with, I went to a Star Power conference, and they had someone there who had a moving truck. And guess what? I was like, nobody's doing that. And you know, I did take it to the next level where I had sponsors on the back of it, and it was completely paid for. But the bottom line is that idea came from a conference. The best advice I ever got came from a conference, and it was, whatever you want to do, find the best that are doing it and just copy what they're doing. Absolutely. And just be consistent with it. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel. You're sitting there in your office right now. Don't reinvent the wheel. Come to Referral Mastery Summit and take my playbook. Just take it. I'm going to give you 2 fourth quarter plans week by week to dominate your database. I'm going to give you 2 2025 plans week by week, what to do to maximize your referrals in 25. Just take them, run with them, do it. You show up, I'll give them to you. If you don't show up, I'm not going to give them to you. Pauly, you hit it on the head on that one, man. And I want to know from your perspective, how has your own involvement in events like this, conferences, shaped your career and success?
Oh, absolutely.
You just came from an event, right?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I love the conferences because here's the thing. I see opportunity and objections are golden moments. So being in the room, my favorite part is the whole room conversations. When people are like, hey, Pauly, how are you doing that? Or, hey, Pauly, I was doing this. And I'm like, man, that's a great idea. I need to roll that. You know what I got from you? Well, I got a really good one from you that we partnered it with. And that was the housewarming parties. Like, it didn't even cross my mind. I was putting Sold by Pauly in there, on a sign in their yard. But I wasn't thinking housewarming party that leads to their friends, invite your friend. It was only costing me like $200 and some catered food. And we were serving them and talking and meeting. And it's fantastic. That's one thing, just one thing that was huge for my business when it came down to being known. And that's what I'm talking about, right? Like, so be worth knowing. Like, wow, this is what this guy does. This is amazing. I was going to do my housewarming party. Oh, you're going to do that for me? Fantastic. It's worth knowing this guy. When you get these people, it's not about top of mind. And you'll see a lot of my marketing. It seems like it's top of mind, but it's not. It's what I call top of feeling awareness. If you get them to feel something, they will never forget you. You can tell them something, they won't remember. But if you get them to feel something, they'll never forget you. And that is what I love about this conference, because it is about that generosity. It's about that love. It's about giving and reciprocation and leading without an agenda, knowing that you're here to change people's lives, because if they don't choose you, they're going to choose somebody else. And that other person is not going to be the person that they need in their corner to help get it done. It's a necessity. It's something that people have to do, or should want to do in their life. And they just don't have any direction. They just don't know how to do it. We are those people that get to deliver that experience. And what a wonderful thing with that is your life, Power. It takes all the real out of it. You don't have to worry about wanting to wake up because you want to help people. Because what it does for you is it fills your cup up in a big way so that you can keep on giving.
Love it. Love it. For listeners who are ready to make a significant change in their business, why is now the perfect time to sign up for RMS?
Because the value is going to come from your network. Let's be real, right? Like, we have a change that has happened. There are all kinds of new products out there and gimmicks and the way that they're delivering leads. And nobody really knows how all of that is going down. There isn't any data that's going to prove that what has changed and what people are doing that don't even sell real estate, right?
Sure.
These companies don't sell real estate.
Right.
They sell you people that they think in the algorithm want to do real estate. Well, we know people that experience buying real estate with you and figuring out how to leverage them is pennies on the dollar. And so coming to this event, you'll be able to figure out how to get your value proposition,
Here we go,
buyers and sellers, to where it's not even going to be a second thought. If they know you are the one that they're going to go to.
Right.
It is that simple. I mean, it's literally, that is why this event is an absolute game changer. Not to mention also, hey, listen, you're going to get a shot in the arm. You're going to get out there. You're going to get some energy. You're going to go back. People are going to be like, why are you stepping so high? And you're going to love it. Because not only is it when the conference is over, it's amazing that you also have the academy that's going to help them carry that momentum through. So even if they don't catch something at this particular event, by going to a different breakout, being able to buy them over again, and then being able to hit the academy and see how 30 Mornings was run, how Sweet Dreams was run, and how all of those programs that you have are going. I mean, this is really, truly the start of something beautiful. But you got to show up and be in the room, or else you're going to miss the opportunity in the lifetime of the opportunity. And that is the time.
Love that. Love that. And just so everybody knows, is we're not tone deaf and stupid. We're not just going to run an event that is a standalone event just talking about relationships and referrals. I want you to know, you realtors and lenders out there, and we're going to have dialogues. We're going to have, I hate to use the word scripts, but it really is. We're going to just talk about, what do you say right now to a seller? What do you say right now to a buyer? And not much has changed, but the little tweaks are big difference makers. And I'm going to help you with those. And we have Pauly here to help. We have all of these giant producers who are in the business and have been, in some cases, been doing this since July 1st, July 16th, July 17th. And we are going to conquer these once and for all of you. The other thing, I don't care where you're at with your goals. Maybe this settlement proposal has taken you off the rails a little bit. We're going to get the locomotive back on the rails, and you are going to be full steam ahead. Some of you are going to have the best year you've ever had based on what you learn from RMS. It's that powerful. I can't wait for you to get there. Any final words of wisdom, Pauly, on either RMS or getting to six figures or what's going on in the marketplace today?
Yeah, like you said, man, guys, I'm not built different. People would say that, but that's an excuse for other people to just not make the right choices and make the investment in themselves to be able to operate and live and have a successful business life at this level. At this current time right now, I'm training for an Ironman that's coming up November 2nd. I got a 5-year-old son who's absolutely amazing. and I'm spending my time and I'm being that. My business is going well. I'm closer to the universe. Your ambition doesn't have to be 100 transactions, right? That doesn't have to be what you're reaching for. But here's the thing. I am doing that and still filling all of my cups. So nobody has an excuse, because I am the model of the choices that I make that lead to my success. And they're all just little things. But what you're seeing right now in front of you is a culmination of all those little things that have just made me who I am today. And anybody can do it. And it starts off with coming to these events and being in the room with people like me, like Michael. Like, we just started out one customer at a time, and now we're at where we're at.
Love it. Imagine 24 Paulys pouring into you in 3 days. You're going to walk out with a different air and a different spring in your step. That is the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, check out RMS. If you're a listener of the podcast, you're somebody we want to do that. We want to make it palatable. We want to make it happen. We want to make it affordable. Make it happen. And ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna see you at this, and just give us 2.5 days. Give us 2.5 days to. And some of you might be thinking, I'm on the fence with real estate. Like, here's the deal: go full bore. If by December 31st you're not convinced, then start the new year with a new job, a new role, a new you. And I'll promise, if you go 100%, you're going to find a part of yourself that is extremely attractive for potential clients. And you're going to love what you're doing. It's fun. It's great business. There is an easy road to 6 figures. And I hope you take us up on this. And I just want to say thank you so much for listening once again to Referrals Podcast. And I have to tell you, Pauly, I want to say thank you again for being one of the most awesome guests we ever have on this show. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. I want to tell you guys, listen, success is not given, it's built.
Amen. And we're going to help you build it. We're going to help you build it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another amazing episode of Referrals Podcast. And thank you all. You've helped us go over 500,000 downloads on this. 500,000 downloads in 2.5 years. Amazing. Thank you for doing that. And here's the thing. I know what's on the next podcast. And if you thought this was energizing and electrifying, wait till you tune in next week. For those of you that have not subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you feel the urge, rate and review us. And I dare you to share this episode. I dare you. If you're already in for RMS 2024, share this episode and get other people that you know to this event, because guess what? It's going to rock. It's going to roll. It's going to be awesome. We'd love to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Referrals Podcast today. And we'll see you on the next episode of Referrals Podcast. Love you. Appreciate you. See you, everybody.